Once you learn these life lessons, you will never be the same. Advice from old people. Stoicism. The obstacle is the way, Marcus Aurelius taught us, highlighting that our greatest adversities can lead to our most significant growth. We invite you to dive deep into this discussion and reflect on your own life. What are the obstacles you currently face? How can you apply today's lessons to turn these challenges into catalysts for growth and happiness? Engage with us in the comments below. Which of these lessons do you find most compelling, and how will you integrate them into your daily life? Let's embark on this transformative journey together, enriching our lives with the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. 1. Accept that nobody is perfect. Embracing this truth can profoundly alter our perspective and interactions. Consider the words of the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This philosophy encourages us to accept our imperfections and those of others, fostering a more forgiving and understanding approach to life. When we acknowledge that even the most revered individuals have their shortcomings, we liberate ourselves from the unattainable pursuit of perfection. This realization is not just liberating, it's a crucial step towards genuine self-improvement and healthier relationships. As we relate this understanding to modern life, it becomes clear how vital it is in cultivating resilience and empathy. In a world that often stresses the ideal over the real, recognizing that everyone, leaders, celebrities, close friends, and ourselves, has flaws, helps us to connect more authentically and support one another in our shared human experience. It allows us to focus not on achieving perfection, but on progressing despite our imperfections. This perspective is particularly relevant today, when social media often presents an edited version of reality that can distort our expectations. By grounding our understanding in the wisdom of those who have lived before us and the enduring insights of Stoic philosophy, we equip ourselves with the tools to navigate life's challenges more effectively and with greater compassion. 2. Don't sweat the small stuff. In life, it's often the little annoyances that seem to demand our attention, like arguing over who forgot to take out the trash, who accidentally ruined the cake, or who needs to do the chores. But let's take a moment to think about this. In the grand scheme of things, do these minor irritations really matter? You might win a small argument, but at what cost? Could it be that you're risking something much greater, perhaps a relationship or your peace of mind, over something trivial? Now imagine you're working from home, trying to meet a deadline. Your partner, also stressed, forgets to clean up the kitchen. You could hold on to this annoyance, let it fester, and eventually snap at them, leading to an unnecessary argument. Or you could take a deep breath, recognize the stress you're both under, and decide to tackle the cleanup together later. By choosing your battles wisely, you not only maintain harmony but also strengthen your relationship through understanding and patience. So, why not focus on what truly matters? Next time you find yourself getting worked up over something small, ask yourself, will this matter in a year? Will it improve my life or the lives of those around me? This simple question can help you put things into perspective and focus your energy where it counts. Life's too short to be bogged down by minor inconveniences. Learn to let go of the small stuff. Embrace patience, and focus on building relationships and moments that truly matter. What small thing can you let go of today to make room for something far more valuable? 3. Work smart, not to the point of exhaustion. Let's take a moment to reflect on a powerful lesson shared by those who have walked the path before us, working smart, rather than to the point of exhaustion. Imagine yourself putting in 16-hour days, tirelessly pushing through task after task. Does this relentless effort necessarily equate to the results you hope for? Not quite. This is a crucial sign, an alarm, really, that your approach might be misaligned with your goals. Remember, success isn't solely about hard work. It's about working intelligently. Efficiency isn't just a buzzword, it's a strategy. As the celebrated American philosopher Henry David Thoreau once said, "It's not enough to be busy. So are the ants." The question is, what are we busy about? This quote urges us to reconsider our focus and realign our efforts. Are you prioritizing the right tasks? Are you using your time in a way that brings you closer to your aspirations? Or are you just caught up in a cycle of busyness? Now think about your own life. How often do you find yourself exhausted yet unfulfilled by the day's end? It's a common trap, one that promises success through sheer effort alone. But what if you could achieve more by strategically planning your activities and focusing on what truly moves the needle? How might your life change if you embraced efficiency over exhaustion? Let's engage in this thought experiment together. What are some areas in your life where you could start working smarter? How might redirecting your energy enhance not only your productivity, but also your overall well-being? This dialogue invites us to reevaluate our approach to work and life, urging us to choose wisely where to invest our energy. By doing so, we transform our efforts from mere exertion to meaningful progress, ensuring that our hard work truly pays off in the long run. Thank you for joining us in today's video. If you find the content valuable, please comment with number 1. If you would like us to improve the content, comment with number 2. We look forward to your feedback. And now, let's keep listening because there are still wonders ahead that have yet to come. 4. Don't be overconfident and neglect your health. In life, it's easy to fall into the trap of overconfidence, especially when it comes to our health. The adage from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do," underscores the importance of deliberate action in our pursuit of wellness. As men, particularly those among us in the 30 to 65 age bracket, the vigor of youth can often mask the creeping vulnerabilities that come with age. This false sense of invulnerability can lead to neglecting crucial aspects of our health, a decision many come to regret as they move into middle age. Choosing the right type of exercise, be it dieting, yoga, gym workouts, or a specially designed program, is crucial. Each method has its benefits and drawbacks, but the key is to tailor your fitness regimen to fit your unique lifestyle and needs, thus ensuring sustained health and vitality. As we age, our body's requirements change, and so should our approach to health and fitness. The importance of maintaining good health cannot be overstated. It's not just about adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. As George Bernard Shaw once remarked, "We don't stop playing because we grow old. We grow old because we stop playing." Integrating regular physical activity into your daily routine is not just about preventing diseases, but fostering a sense of well-being that permeates every aspect of your life. In modern life, where the demands often seem relentless, the wisdom of maintaining a balanced approach to health and fitness becomes even more pertinent. By staying physically active and making informed choices about how we nurture our bodies, we can ensure that our later years are not just endured, but enjoyed. It's about making a commitment to live fully, not just longer, and allowing ourselves the full spectrum of experiences without the encumbrances of preventable health issues. So let us then bridge the gap between knowing what is good for us and acting upon it. This intentional approach to health is not just a remedy, but a preventative measure, a way to truly honor our bodies and the lives we are living. This understanding and proactive stance are what can truly transform our experience of aging, allowing us to approach each new decade with anticipation and vigor, rather than apprehension and regret. 5. You are not and cannot be a know-it-all. In life, it's essential to recognize that none of us can know everything. The world is full of surprises, some that bring joy and others that present challenges. Accepting that certain things are beyond our understanding is crucial. Life is inherently filled with mysteries and inexplicable events. Let me share a modern tale that resonates with this lesson. Imagine a young entrepreneur, excited and full of ideas, launching a startup. Despite her thorough planning and research, the business struggles due to an unforeseen economic downturn. It's a stark reminder that even the best-laid plans can falter in the face of life's unpredictability. Why do you think it's important to accept the limits of our control and understanding? Continuously, life teaches us that the unexpected is part of our journey. It's not about having all the answers, but about embracing the questions and learning from the experiences. Each unexpected twist and turn offers a new lesson in resilience and adaptability. In conclusion, remember, life's unpredictability is not a barrier to success, but a pathway to wisdom. Embrace the unknown, and let each surprising turn enrich your understanding and experience. This is the enduring value life offers us all. 6. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. You've likely heard the saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This idea, though it might sound a bit cliché, holds a profound truth that can dramatically reshape your life. Think about it for a moment. How much influence do the closest people in your life have over your thoughts, your decisions, and ultimately, your success? Jim Rohn, a respected business philosopher, encapsulated this concept beautifully when he advised, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Now ask yourself, who are these individuals for you? Are they supportive, uplifting, and driven? Do they believe in your potential and push you to achieve your best? If not, it might be time to reconsider your circle of friends. Choosing to spend time with those who reflect the qualities you admire and aspire to can ignite your own growth and lead to profound personal transformations. So, who will you choose to be your 5? How will they influence the person you will become tomorrow? Let's reflect on this together and consider the kind of people we want to surround ourselves with to shape our future. 7. No one knows your body better than you. In a world teeming with medical expertise and countless treatment options, it is easy to overlook one profound wisdom. No one knows your body better than you. This realization struck me powerfully after a grueling battle with a parasitic infection. Throughout the ordeal, I was bombarded with myriad doctors' advice and an array of treatment plans. However, when the dust settled, it was clear that the ultimate arbiter of my health was not the plethora of medical opinions, but rather my intimate knowledge of my own body. This insight echoes the Stoic principle famously articulated by Epictetus. You may be invincible if you enter into no contest in which it is not in your power to conquer. Herein lies a life lesson of immense value, particularly resonant for men between the ages of 30 and 65, who often face the dual challenge of managing aging bodies while navigating the complexities of modern healthcare. The lesson is simple yet profound. Take charge of your health decisions. Trust in the signals your body sends you, and make informed choices based on this internal dialogue. This guidance does not dismiss the importance of professional medical advice, but emphasizes the critical role of personal agency and self-awareness. By understanding your body's unique needs and responses, you can tailor your health decisions to better suit your individual circumstances. This approach not only fosters a deeper connection with your own physicality, but also empowers you to make choices that are aligned with your personal health goals and values. In the narrative of your life, let this be a guiding maxim. Knowledge of one's own body is the first step in the stewardship of one's health. As you navigate the intricate terrain of medical advice and treatment options, remember that your body's voice is an invaluable guide. Trust in it, listen to it, and let it lead you toward decisions that enhance your well-being and vitality. This Stoic approach to health, grounded in self-knowledge and personal empowerment, is not merely a strategy. It's a pathway to a more fulfilled and healthy existence. 8. Your attitude is the key to happiness. Your attitude truly holds the key to your happiness. Think about it. The lens through which you view the world shapes your experiences and colors your reality. It's not just about seeing the glass as half full rather than half empty. It's about acknowledging that you even have a glass in the first place. Be grateful, deeply and genuinely grateful. The things you take for granted might be the very things someone else is praying for. Now, consider this scenario in today's fast-paced world. Imagine you've just received a promotion at work. It's easy to immediately worry about the increased responsibilities or to fear not measuring up. However, shifting your focus to gratitude can transform anxiety into excitement. You have an opportunity that many might not get, a chance to prove yourself and grow. Ask yourself, am I viewing my circumstances through a lens of gratitude? This simple question can pivot your mindset and, subsequently, your overall happiness. Let's tie this back to a profound piece of advice often echoed by those who've lived longer than most of us. Appreciate what you have while you have it. Life is fleeting, and today's trials may become tomorrow's fond memories. Embrace your journey with a positive attitude, and you'll find that happiness isn't as elusive as it seems. To encapsulate, remember that your perspective is powerful, more than you might realize. It can be your greatest ally or your worst enemy. Choose to be an ally to yourself by fostering an attitude of gratitude and positivity. This approach will not only brighten your days but also enrich the lives of those around you. What is your view on happiness? Please write the name of someone you love in the comments section below. Thank you for being here in this video. 9. Don't compare yourself to others and don't try to be someone else. When you stop and look around, it's easy to see that the world is a vast and varied tapestry of individuals. Have you ever found yourself caught in the trap of comparing your journey to that of someone else? Perhaps you've noticed someone more successful, more affluent, or seemingly more content, and felt a pang of envy. This common human experience is something that countless wise individuals have cautioned against. Why? Because comparing yourself to others or attempting to mold yourself into an image that isn't truly your own is a game that you're set up to lose from the start. Consider this profound advice from Theodore Roosevelt. Comparison is the thief of joy. How often have we stolen joy from our own lives by measuring our worth against others? It's important to remember that everyone's path is uniquely theirs. Do you think you might be more content if you focused on your own growth and stopped looking over your shoulder? What if you chose to draw inspiration from the achievements of others instead of using them as a yardstick for your own value? Life is not about being someone else, but about being the most authentic version of yourself. Embrace who you are, flaws and all, and let go of the illusion that being someone else will bring you happiness. As Oscar Wilde once said, "Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken." Isn't there great relief in knowing that you only need to be you, not an imitation of someone you admire? So I invite you to ponder this. What unique qualities do you bring to the world that no one else can? Engaging with this thought can not only shift your perspective, but also empower you to live more genuinely. As we navigate through life's complexities, remember that the only fair comparison is between who you are today and who you were yesterday. Are you growing, learning, and evolving? If the answer is yes, then you're already succeeding on your own remarkable journey. 10. Money cannot buy happiness. A young man born into modest beginnings, believing that financial prosperity was the golden ticket to a fulfilled life. At 27, he achieved what many would consider success, freedom from debt, and a comfortable lifestyle. Yet the anticipated happiness remained elusive, a stark testament to the fact that wealth alone cannot fill the voids of the human soul. It is a lesson echoed by many who have reached the pinnacles of financial success, only to discover that passion, not currency, fuels genuine satisfaction. Seneca, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." This ancient wisdom aligns seamlessly with the modern pursuit of happiness, advising us to anchor our endeavors in passion rather than the pursuit of wealth. As we reflect on this narrative, let us consider that the richest experiences often come not from the abundance of possessions, but from the richness of a life driven by passion. Pursue what genuinely fulfills you, and let wealth be a byproduct of your enthusiasm. This approach not only leads to a more contented existence, but also ensures that our days are spent engaged in endeavors that ignite our spirits and enrich our lives. In this journey, remember that the goal is not to accumulate wealth, but to enrich our lives with purposeful actions. As you listen, may this story serve as a beacon, guiding you towards a life not measured by the size of one's bank account, but by the breadth of one's passions. 11. You are responsible for your own life. You hold the reins of your own destiny. Every vision that sparks in your mind, every idea that dances through your dreams, can indeed manifest into reality, but only if you're willing to put in the effort. Dreams don't just materialize. There's no fairy godmother with a magic wand to make it all happen. You must act, you must strive, and above all, you must persevere through the challenges that inevitably arise. Consider the story of Emily, a young entrepreneur who dreamed of starting her own sustainable clothing line. Like many of us, Emily began with nothing more than a vision of eco-friendly fabrics and fair trade practices weaving together to form a successful business. But instead of just dreaming, Emily took concrete steps. She researched materials, connected with ethical suppliers, and painstakingly built her brand from scratch. Today, her line not only thrives but also inspires others to pursue sustainable fashion. Her journey underscores a powerful lesson. Real change begins with real action. What steps are you prepared to take to turn your dreams into reality? Are there small actions you could start with today that would bring you closer to your goals? Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. By embracing your personal responsibility and taking actionable steps toward your goals, you create a life of purpose and fulfillment. Let Emily's story be a reminder that your dreams have power when fueled by action. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. After all, the most successful people in the world aren't just dreamers, they're doers. What will you do today to move closer to your dreams? 12. Never turn your back on loved ones. When I was just 19 years old, I faced one of the most heart-wrenching moments of my life. My father passed away from a stroke. Only a few weeks before his sudden departure, we had locked horns over something as trivial as my sleeping habits. This experience taught me a hard, unforgettable lesson. Life is incredibly fleeting. Right now, as you're listening to this, your loved ones are perhaps sitting right beside you, sharing your space and your life. But have you ever paused to consider how in just a blink of an eye, everything could change? This realization brings us to a critical point. How do you treat those you care about? Are your words and actions reflecting the love and respect you hold for them? It's vital to treasure those close to us and choose our words with care because, as the wise Maya Angelou once said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So I ask you, when was the last time you truly expressed your appreciation for someone dear to you? Not just through grand gestures, but through the simple, everyday expressions of love and respect. The way we communicate with our loved ones can either build bridges or walls. So, Consider this. What can you do today to show your loved ones that they are truly valued? As we continue this conversation, think about the legacy you wish to leave behind in the hearts and minds of those you cherish. Remember, it's not just about avoiding regret. It's about creating memories that are filled with love, understanding, and respect. How will you ensure that the echoes of your words and deeds resonate positively in the lives of those you love? Ever pondered why some people age like fine wine, gaining wisdom and serenity with each passing year? Their secrets, distilled from a lifetime of experiences, can drastically reshape your perspective and set you on a path of profound transformation. Consider the profound truth that our thoughts not only determine the direction we take, but our deeply held beliefs also steer that course. It is our character, meticulously sculpted over years of trials and triumphs, that ultimately decides our destiny. And let us not forget our lifestyle, how we choose to live day to day, greatly influences our health and well-being. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "Our life is what our thoughts make it," highlighting the immense power of our mental stance. Now imagine living your entire life within the familiar walls of your home. Comforting, perhaps, but it's only when you step outside that you truly see the world's vast expanse, its possibilities and wonders. This metaphor extends beyond physical boundaries to our perspectives on life. If you always prioritize money, your world will shrink to fit the confines of financial gain. However, by allocating resources towards impactful and meaningful pursuits, you broaden your horizon, seeing the wealth of experiences and opportunities money can facilitate. This concept ties seamlessly into how your beliefs shape your attitudes. Those attitudes, in turn, drive your actions, and ultimately, your results. To harness desirable outcomes, you must cultivate beliefs that are not only positive, but beautifully enriching. As the ancient saying goes, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Therefore, let your beliefs be a reflection of the beauty you wish to see in the world, and your actions the embodiment of grace and effectiveness. Integrating these life lessons into the modern hustle of daily life can be transformative. Choose thoughts that propel you forward, foster beliefs that expand your horizons, and let your actions be ones that others can admire and emulate. By doing so, not only do you enrich your own life, but you also become a beacon for others, proving that the age-old wisdom of the past is just as relevant in the lights of the present. Every day presents a new page in the book of life. Let each word you write be guided by wisdom gleaned from those who have trodden the path before us. Embrace these lessons and watch as they unfold a life you will never be the same again, a life rich with growth and enlightenment. As you embark on the journey of life, always remember that it's not about where you started, but where you're headed. Imagine yourself at work, deeply engrossed in your tasks. Now pause for a moment and look up. Where are you going? If the path you're treading leads nowhere, no amount of hard work will make it worthwhile. It's crucial to align your efforts with the right goals. Otherwise, you're merely running in place. Consider this. No road is too long if you're willing to take the steps, and no mountain is too high if you're prepared to climb. The real barriers to achieving your dreams often aren't the obvious obstacles, but the small irritants, the grains of sand in your shoes. It's these minor nuisances that can stop you in your tracks more effectively than any daunting mountain or expansive sea. Now, think about the last time you felt stuck. Was it truly because the challenge was insurmountable? Or was it because you were clinging to old habits and familiar paths? To witness miracles in your life, you must be willing to change. Altering your thoughts, habits, and even your lifestyle can unlock a realm of infinite possibilities and creativity. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. Sarah, a friend of mine, had been working in the same corporate position for over a decade. Despite being comfortable, she felt unfulfilled and stagnant. Her breakthrough came when she decided to turn her part-time passion for photography into a full-time career. The transition was not easy. She faced financial uncertainty and skepticism from her peers. However, by changing her path and embracing new challenges, Sarah discovered a new world of creativity and job satisfaction. Her story is a testament to the fact that when you dare to leave the beaten path, you can find extraordinary success. So, let me ask you, what grains of sand are currently holding you back? What familiar paths are you walking that might be time to diverge from? In your quest for personal and professional growth, always strive to align your actions with your ultimate destination. Change might be daunting, but often it's necessary to achieve the extraordinary. Embrace it, and you'll unlock doors you never knew existed. Remember, the most significant changes often start with the smallest steps. Let me share a story that illustrates this beautifully. Sarah, a friend of mine, had been working in the same corporate position for over a decade. Despite being comfortable, she felt unfulfilled and stagnant. Her breakthrough came when she decided to turn her part-time passion for photography into a full-time career. The transition was not easy. She faced financial uncertainty and skepticism from her peers. However, by changing her path and embracing new challenges, Sarah discovered a new world of creativity and job satisfaction. Her story is a testament to the fact that when you dare to leave the beaten path, you can find extraordinary success. So, let me ask you, what grains of sand are currently holding you back? What familiar paths are you walking that might be time to diverge from? In your quest for personal and professional growth, always strive to align your actions with your ultimate destination. Change might be daunting, but often it's necessary to achieve the extraordinary. Embrace it, and you'll unlock doors you never knew existed. Remember, the most significant changes often start with the smallest steps. Now think about the natural world around you. The sun continues to rise and the moon to set, regardless of your personal turmoil or triumphs. Your happiness or resentment holds no sway over these celestial bodies, so why allow these feelings to govern your inner peace? Isn't it curious how altering your perspective can feel like steering a ship smoothly with the currents, rather than battling relentlessly against them? If there are elements of life you cannot change, how might you learn to accept them with grace and find happiness in the flow of life itself? What if, instead of resisting the unchangeable, you embraced it with a spirit of contentment? This brings us to an intriguing point of reflection. What aspects of your current worldview could be shifted to foster a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment in your life? How might your day change if you decided to view every challenge as an opportunity to learn and grow? By rethinking our approach to life's inevitable challenges and recalibrating our inner narrative, we not only enhance our own well-being, but also set a stage where we can make a meaningful impact on the world around us. As you ponder these thoughts, remember that the journey of personal transformation is both the most challenging and rewarding one you will undertake. How ready are you to embark on this transformative journey? In the twilight years of life, those who have traversed its long and winding paths often share a nugget of wisdom that echoes through generations. As we delve into these invaluable life lessons, one begins to see the landscape of existence in a new light. The journey of life, regardless of its daunting length or the obstacles encountered, inevitably reaches a point of resolution. Just as the darkest night eventually breaks into dawn and the heaviest rainfalls cease, so too does every difficult phase in life give way to clarity and calm. This resilience is beautifully encapsulated in the saying, "Dark clouds can never permanently obscure the sun's smile." It reminds us that persistence and patience are paramount. Success in life, they say, is built on the foundation of one's strengths. It's like planting a garden, where each seed represents a strength that can bloom into a splendid flower. However, just as gardens have weeds, life has weaknesses that, if not managed, can stifle growth and lead to failure. The key, therefore, is to cultivate our strengths and manage our weaknesses with wisdom and foresight. Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher, once remarked, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This perspective encourages us to view challenges as opportunities to leverage our strengths and grow stronger. Life's path is filled with choices, each leading us in various directions. While there may be countless reasons to stray onto the wrong path, it takes only one compelling reason to stay on the right one. This decision often hinges on a moment of reflection, a deliberate pause to consider the direction of our life. It's akin to standing at a crossroads and choosing the path less traveled, which might offer the most rewarding journey. Embracing change, therefore, can lead to unexpected and profound transformations in our lives. It becomes clear that the lessons from our elders are not just remnants of a bygone era, but are strikingly relevant today. In an age where change is rapid and constant, the ability to adapt, the resilience to overcome adversity, and the wisdom to focus on our strengths can dramatically reshape our personal and professional lives. As we navigate through the complexities of modern existence, let us remember these lessons, allowing them to guide us towards a life of fulfillment and success. By embracing the past's wisdom, we can forge a future that is rich with potential and purpose, ensuring that we, too, may one day pass on a legacy of knowledge and resilience. Next, consider the power of letting go. When you clutch tightly to something, refusing to release it, you may indeed keep it with you indefinitely. But here's a question to ponder. What if, by holding on so tightly, you are missing out on the chance to choose something even better? It's like keeping an old, worn-out pair of shoes because they're comfortable, yet passing up a new pair that could take you further. Imagine a modern scenario. A person clinging to a job they know well, yet they're miserable. They stay because it's familiar, ignoring the myriad of opportunities that could fulfill them more. True growth begins the moment you loosen your grip. Letting go doesn't mean losing. It means opening up to new possibilities. What might you be holding on to that's keeping you from your potential? Now let's delve into the significance of attitude. Your outlook on life not only shapes how you experience the world, but also determines your resilience in tough times. Gaining respect and recognition hinges not just on what you do, but how you perceive and react to challenges. Consider a person who views setbacks as insurmountable barriers versus someone who sees them as opportunities to learn and grow. The latter, by shifting perspectives and courageously facing their fate, often makes a positive impact not just on their own lives, but also on those around them. How does your attitude shape your actions? And what might changing your perspective reveal? Lastly, we encounter the dual challenges of personal and interpersonal change. Changing others is a daunting task, often deemed impossible without first changing oneself. Reflect on this. If you strive to inspire change in someone else, how can you embody that change first? For instance, a leader cannot foster a culture of honesty and integrity unless they first demonstrate those qualities. In your life, have you ever tried to change someone's mind or behavior? How did your approach and personal example influence the outcome? As we wrap up, remember these lessons. Letting go can lead to new beginnings. Attitude is a small thing that makes a big difference, and true change begins within oneself. Each of these insights offers a pathway to not just survive but thrive. So ask yourself, what will you let go of today? How will you adjust your attitude to overcome the challenges you face? And finally, what personal changes will you embrace to inspire change in others? Life is a series of lessons, each with the power to alter our path dramatically. How will you apply these lessons to change yours? Navigating the twists and turns of life is akin to sailing on the turbulent seas. It demands resilience, wisdom, and a keen sense of direction. As we traverse through life, the lessons we learn from those who have walked before us can illuminate our path and provide solace during our darkest times. These lessons, steeped in the experiences of the elderly, are not just nuggets of wisdom, they are beacons guiding us towards a more fulfilled existence. One pivotal truth that resonates deeply, especially among men aged 30 to 65, is the notion that no one is truly too busy. It's fundamentally a matter of priorities. This speaks volumes about the significance of valuing what truly matters to us. As Marcus Aurelius, a revered Stoic philosopher, once said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." This harmony begins when we align our actions with our true priorities, ensuring that if something nurtures our happiness, we must embrace it silently, keeping it close to our hearts. Trust, a delicate and precious commodity, must be handled with care. The wise adage that salt and sugar wear the same coat serves as a stark reminder. Discernment is key in choosing whom to trust. Life teaches us that dependence on others can be fraught with disappointment, for even our own shadows forsake us in the darkness. This lesson underscores the importance of self-reliance and the sobering reality that the best chapters of our lives are yet to unfold. The allure of bad habits is undeniable. They are indeed like a comfortable bed, easy to enter, but a Herculean task to escape. This metaphor highlights the essential truth that time is the ultimate revealer of intentions and meanings. Staying calm in the face of adversity is not new to us. It is a testament to our enduring spirit, reminding us that we have weathered storms before, and we can do so again. Healing, a deeply personal journey, often requires us to process pain internally, rather than broadcasting our woes. For judgment is an inescapable companion in our societal interactions. Hard work and perseverance are non-negotiables on the road to success. The folly of striving for success without effort is akin to expecting a harvest from an unseeded field. Life's numerous lessons also teach us about the importance of letting go, releasing the wrong people to make room for the right ones. Controlling our minds is imperative, as it prevents others from steering our life's course. The pain of failure is not merely an obstacle, but a stepping stone that leads to greater strength. Working on oneself is not just an act of self-improvement. It is an investment that can yield a fortune far greater than any job could offer. And amidst the myriad of voices that fail to recognize our worth, we must never be the ones to undervalue ourselves. In weaving these timeless teachings into the fabric of our modern lives, we find that the advice from those who have lived before us is not just relevant, but integral. Each lesson, each quote, and each metaphor serves as a thread in the tapestry of wisdom that, when followed, can transform our lives profoundly. As we apply these lessons, we navigate life not just with more ease, but with a conviction that the best times are not behind us, but are yet to come. Engaging with these truths allows us to not merely coast through life, but to actively shape it, crafting a legacy of wisdom, strength, and fulfillment. In life, it's the paths less traveled that lead to the most extraordinary destinations. Imagine embarking on a journey only you can navigate, carving a unique path that transforms you into someone distinct, someone irreplaceable. Reflect for a moment. Just 5 years ago, you harbored dreams about the very place you occupy today. This realization is not just a milestone, it's a profound reminder of your growth and the transformative power of ambition. Now, think about the relationships in your life. If you're merely an option to someone, isn't it within your power to make the choice to walk away? This act of self-respect paves the way for healthier connections where mutual appreciation is the norm. It's crucial to value experiences over material possessions, as it's the memories we create, not the items we accumulate, that forge the real treasures of our lives. Consider this. Countless people hold you dear. So why waste your energy on the few who don't see your worth? Often, the perceived safety of the familiar is more perilous than taking a bold leap towards what we truly desire. There's no shame in struggling or working tirelessly towards your dreams. The real shame lies in giving up or not starting at all. Have you ever found yourself working harder, yet not getting closer to your goals? Perhaps it's time to reassess your direction, not just your effort. As you forge ahead, your vision for the future might initially seem cloudy. But remember, clarity comes with time and perseverance. Take care of your health, for it is indeed a form of wealth that far exceeds monetary gains. In every endeavor, remember that it's not the hours you put in that count, but the value you create within those hours that truly matters. Let personal improvement consume your focus so much that you find no time to criticize others. Thank you for joining us today. Before we move forward, I want to extend my gratitude to each one of you. Your presence in our community is deeply valued, and your engagement fuels our motivation. Now, let's continue our journey together. When alone, guard your thoughts. When with others, guard your words. Your mind is your strongest asset and your greatest adversary. Training it should be a top priority. Rather than reacting impulsively to the actions of others, choose to distance yourself quietly if necessary. The realization that you haven't yet reached your desired destination should fuel your drive rather than foster discontent. Discipline is the art of choosing between what you want now and what you desire most. Lastly, be selective about what you share and with whom. Not everyone who listens cares, and some might even harbor hopes of seeing you falter. These insights, drawn from the wisdom of those who've lived before us, are not merely lessons, but stepping stones to a life of fulfillment and purpose. How will you apply these truths to your life today to ensure that tomorrow you are closer to where you want to be? Each choice, each effort, and each moment of self-reflection is a brushstroke in the masterpiece that is your life's journey. What will your masterpiece look like? As Benjamin Franklin wisely cautioned, talking without thinking is akin to shooting without aiming. Reflect on this. Have you ever ventured off the beaten path to blaze your own trail? Ralph Waldo Emerson inspired us to not follow where the path may lead, but instead to go where there is no path and leave a trail. This approach underscores a fundamental life lesson. Progress is often slow, but quitting doesn't hasten it. In the same vein, remember that what comes easily might not endure, and what endures usually doesn't come easily. How often do we find ourselves dwelling on the setbacks of yesterday? It's crucial to not let a bad yesterday spoil a good today. Let go of past troubles and recognize that someone else's achievements do not diminish your own. Embracing a life characterized by a small circle, a private life, and a peaceful mind can lead to profound satisfaction. It's worth pondering why we so often set ourselves up for disappointment through unrealistic expectations. As the Beatles sang, "Let it be. If something is meant for you, it will come to you in its own time." In the pursuit of authenticity, remember that being genuine saves not just your time, but also the time of others around you. There's wisdom in keeping your personal life just that, personal. Guard your privacy fiercely, and do not give anyone ammunition that could be used against you. In moments of solitude, instead of feeling lonely, see it as an opportunity for reflection and self-discovery. Moreover, never let anyone make you feel undeserving of what you earnestly desire. Comfort can be a double-edged sword. It may lead to mental complacency. Pushing yourself out of comfort zones is essential for growth. While it's important to share your triumphs, it's equally crucial to avoid oversharing every small victory, which can dilute the significance of genuine achievements. Remember, the most noteworthy successes often arise from overcoming adversity. View mistakes not as obstacles, but as stepping stones towards your goals. Each error teaches us a vital lesson. The key is to learn and then move forward. How will you apply these insights to your daily life? How will you ensure that each day you are not merely existing but actively living and growing? Each decision, each challenge faced, and each lesson learned shapes the course of our lives. What will you do today to shape your tomorrow? Let us remember that life's journey is about continual learning and adaptation, not just about reaching a destination. What steps will you take to make your path meaningful? In the tapestry of life, each thread of experience shapes our destiny. It's in the act of releasing our grip on stringent discipline that we inadvertently let go of our potential. As Marcus Aurelius wisely noted, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This ancient wisdom holds true today. Self-discipline is not merely a practice but a commitment to oneself. Consider the adage, done is better than perfect. In our quest for perfection, we often overlook the value of completion. It's vital to recognize that sometimes those closest to us can be our greatest adversaries, subtly disguised in the comfort of familiarity. Remember, self-care is not an act of selfishness but a crucial element for a balanced, fulfilling life. It's about respecting and nurturing yourself to fill your life with genuine contentment. Reflect on the fleeting nature of time. Its true value only becomes crystal clear when it has slipped through our fingers. Use your time wisely, building a legacy rather than merely passing the days. Success, as we learn from our predecessors, is not the absence of mistakes but the accumulation of lessons learned from them. In the realm of competition, it's essential to keep your eyes on your goals. Focus on your path to victory, not on the triumphs of others. Before the dawn of success, often comes a period of disarray, challenging our spirits and testing our patience. It's during these times that we must remember, one day you'll see why God made you wait. The virtue of patience is often learned through the hardest of times. In a world where everyone seems to broadcast every detail of their lives, consider the power of privacy. Mark Twain once remarked, "If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything," highlighting the ease that comes with authenticity. When others doubt your capabilities, remember they are merely setting their limitations upon you, not defining yours. Seeking acceptance is a dangerous game, for the fear of rejection can be crippling. It's crucial to discern the pain that harms from the pain that transforms, guiding us toward our true selves. Be judicious with your time. Spend it with those who value it as much as you do. When words fall on deaf ears, let your silence speak volumes. While fear is a temporary detour, regret is a lifelong road of what might have been. Avoid making excuses. They may ease today's burden but add weight to tomorrow's. Discipline, on the other hand, can make today challenging but paves the way for a smoother tomorrow. If you've absorbed these timeless life lessons, you're on the path to profound transformation. Share your journey with us by commenting, "I am forever changed." Stay tuned for more Stoic wisdom ahead. Never underestimate the proximity of your dreams. Resilience is often rewarded just beyond the peak of perseverance. Solitude can be a powerful healer, providing the space to reflect, rebuild, and rejuvenate. Focus on your future, for it is the canvas on which you will paint your legacy, unmarred by the setbacks of the past. As you navigate life's journey, remember, you may get burned, but each lesson prepares you not to make the same mistake twice. Worry less about the possibility of failure, for it is through our trials that we gather strength. We all fall, we all break, but more importantly, we all have the capacity to rise, heal, and overcome. This cycle of experience teaches us not only about our resilience, but also about our profound capacity for transformation. How will you use these life lessons to shape your path forward? What changes will you make to ensure that the future holds not just dreams, but realities shaped by wisdom and courage. Navigating through life's challenges and opportunities can feel like sailing against the tide, but the wisdom handed down from those who've come before us sheds light on a path less fraught with uncertainty. Consider the notion that sacrificing a few years of comfort can pave the way for decades of freedom. It's a compelling proposition, urging us to endure short-term discomfort for long-term liberation. Have you ever wondered why all worthwhile things seem so daunting at first? It's a simple truth that patience is key. Remember, all things are difficult before they become easy, as Sadi once said. Hardships are not merely obstacles. They are the forge in which our character and destiny are shaped, preparing us for extraordinary futures. It's crucial to embrace a positive mindset. Zig Ziglar put it best. Positive thinking will let you do everything better than negative thinking will. This mindset is transformative, capable of turning seemingly insurmountable challenges into surmountable ones. In the hustle of daily life, it's easy to become ensnared by the setbacks of yesterday. However, it's vital to heed the advice. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. When exhaustion sets in, and it inevitably will, remember the wisdom of learning to rest rather than to quit. This doesn't mean giving up. It means pausing to recharge before continuing your journey with renewed vigor. Mark Twain highlighted 2 significant days in our lives. The 2 most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. This profound statement urges us to discover and pursue our life's purpose, which imbues our existence with meaning and direction. Reflect on your past, not as a permanent residence, but as a classroom where life's crucial lessons are learned. It's essential not to rush through these lessons. Trusting the process is integral to achieving greatness, as all great things require time. Imagine a modern scenario where a young entrepreneur sacrifices leisure and immediate gratifications to build a startup. Initially, the hurdles seem insurmountable, the progress slow. Each day feels like a battle, yet with each challenge, resilience is built. Over time, the venture flourishes, transforming initial sacrifices into a life of chosen freedoms and achievements. This story mirrors the lessons taught by our predecessors and proves their relevance in today's fast-paced world. Now reflect on these insights. How will you apply the understanding that today's efforts lay the groundwork for tomorrow's freedoms? Are you ready to embrace the patience required to see through the difficult times, knowing they precede ease and success? As you ponder these questions, consider the value of a positive outlook and the transformative power of rest and resilience. What steps will you take to discover and fulfill your life's purpose, and how will you ensure that your past experiences enrich, not encumber, your future endeavors? As we conclude today's exploration of timeless life lessons shared by those who have walked before us, remember that each piece of advice carries the weight of experienced wisdom, guiding you to a life enriched with Stoic principles. These lessons, once learned, are powerful enough to transform the way you see the world and interact with it, ensuring you're never quite the same again. If you found value in today's video and wish to continue your journey towards a Stoic lifestyle, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stoic in Your Life. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos filled with more insights that can profoundly impact your life. Your engagement helps us grow and continue delivering content that enlightens and inspires. Thank you for watching, and remember to embrace the wisdom of the past to forge a resilient future.